Welcome back to Designsmith. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to create a poster like this in Illustrator. Before we get started, please subscribe to support the channel. All right, so I found this poster on Pinterest and I thought it was a really cool design. And what it does is it makes use of the Type on a Path tool in Illustrator. So in this video, I'll show you how to do that. Now this is visualizing the solar system, but I am going to use Tools Album Lateralis, because we can easily do the same exact thing that they're doing in this poster, but we can turn it into a spiral. So first thing I'm going to do is move this over here. We'll just kind of keep it over here to the side so that way we can just use it as a visual. We don't really need to lower the opacity or lock it, so I'm just going to come right back over here. And what I want to do is make this a darker background because the cover of Lateralis and all of the accompanying artwork is black. So we'll just set a black background color and we'll lock it. And I'm going to go over here to the ellipse tool and let's swap the fill and the stroke. And I'm going to change the color to white. The color of the stroke doesn't really matter because the circle won't show in the final design. So I'm going to make sure this is dead center by aligning to the artboard. And what we'll do is bring this all the way up to the width of the poster. And then I'm going to take it down by 4 inches. So that gives 2 inches of margin on each side of the poster. All right, the first thing I'm going to do is hit copy and paste in front. And the reason I'm doing that is so I can get a circle down here. And what I'll do eventually is put an eye right here. All right, so there are 13 tracks on the album, so we need 13 circles. And to achieve that, we're going to use the blend tool. So I'm going to select the outer circle right here. I'm going to hit copy and paste in front again. I'm going to hold down shift and size this down to 2 inches. And now we're going to select this circle and activate our blend tool. And this is going to insert instances between these two circles. So we need to go over here to our blend tool in the toolbar, double click on it, and change smooth color to specified steps. So we have 2 circles here and we need 11 steps in between for a total of 13. And now this is all one unit. So what we need to do is go over here to object and expand. And we're expanding everything, object, fill, and stroke, and hit OK. So now these are all separate items, but they are still grouped together. So all we have to do is hit ungroup. And now we can grab any of these circles and they are their own individual element. So the blend tool is a very efficient way to create duplicates of one element. Okay, so one heavy theme in the album is spirals. So what we're going to do is start with track 1 at the center, and it's going to spiral out as it goes from the center outward. So we're going to go over here to the type tool and we're going to click and hold down until we see type on a path tool. And I'm just going to click anywhere on this path. It doesn't really matter at this point. And our type is black, so we need to change that to white so we can actually see it. And I'm going to type 01 The Grudge. And we're going to significantly bring down the type size. It's not going to be any more than 20. And since there are 13 tracks, let's make it 13 points. So we are going to rotate this right here. And this will be the start of the spiral. And every single time that we add a new text layer, we're going to rotate it to where it looks like everything is spiraling. All right, so what I'm going to do here, instead of doing that same exact process every single time for each line of text, I'm going to hit copy and paste in front. And we're going to scale this up to the next line right here. So like I said earlier, these circles are not going to show in the original design, but for right now, we're going to use them as guides. And I'll just do the same thing to the rest of them. Okay, even this is looking pretty cool design-wise, but it's obviously not what we're going for. So I'm going to select all of these type layers right here, and we need to adjust the sizing. I think I may have missed one, but that's fine. We'll go back and fix it. Oh, I missed 2. Nice. All right, so we have all of these laid down right here, and what we need to do is go in and fill in the track listing for the rest of the songs. Okay, so we have all those track listings done. Now what we need to do is get rid of these white lines right here. And in order to do that, we have to select this type layer right here, go up here to select, same fill color, and that's going to select everything with a fill color of white. So we know that nothing with a stroke is being selected. So we're just going to lock those really quick. And now we can go right here and select all of these and just hit delete. And now we need to unlock these text layers, which is also going to unlock our background. So let's go to Object, Unlock All, and then lock our background again. All right, what I want to do is lay down a guide right here in the center. And what the heck, I'll do one horizontally as well. So this gives us dead center right here. So it gives us a good point of reference for rotating all of these type layers. And I'm going to change my alignment to align left. It's just going to make it a little bit easier to work with. And what we need to do is grab this little guide right here and just rotate it until we get it to that line right there. And the rest of this process is pretty straightforward, so I'm just gonna kind of go with this and just create as much of a spiral as I can. Alright, so that was a little bit tricky just in terms of getting everything exactly where it needs to go, but you can see the logic that we've got going on here. So track 1 is right here at the top guide, and then 2 is right here on the right, and then 3 is here, and 4 is there, and so on and so forth. So it just keeps going and it keeps spiraling out. And there is a little bit of weirdness going on here because some of the track lengths are a little bit longer than others. But overall, I think it's totally fine, and it's giving a really nice illusion that it's spiraling out. Okay, and here is that eye that I mentioned earlier. The circle right there was just a placeholder for this. And the design of this poster is a really good example of anytime you see something like this, and it just seems like the text or the elements are just kind of randomly placed. Most of the time, they're using some kind of a grid or some kind of a logic to place those elements. And in this case, everything is based on the guidelines that I laid down. All right, what I'll do down here is just write some basic information. And our type here is 13 points, so we'll just double that for this. And I'll put like a line going across here. We'll do 2 inches of margin on the left side, and then the same thing on the right side. We'll bring it all the way down to the bottom, and then we'll bring it up by, what, 4 inches? That looks good. All right, we'll put lateralis over there, and we'll put tool over here on this left side. And I'll do like a little slash right here, and we'll put 2001. All right, what I think I'll do here is add in some little elements right here just to kind of give it a little bit more visual interest. So we'll do something kind of like a stroke. We'll just do a dashed line. I'm just kind of playing around with this right now. And what I'm doing is a 1-point dash with a 13-point gap because we have 13 tracks on the album. And then I'll make sure all of these dashes are nice and consistent so they're all the same size. And I'll bring up the size of it just a little bit so that way it's kind of in the middle of the type. And now we'll go up here to Object, Path, and add anchor points. I'm going to go to my outline view so we can kind of go right here. And I'm going to select with my direct select tool this section in between here where the type is. And then we'll do the same thing here and just get rid of that so it's not covering up the text. And then we can just rotate this accordingly. Okay, and now I'll just repeat that same process for the rest of the songs. Okay, originally I wanted to go in here and adjust this to where we actually got those dots a little bit closer together for the rest of the tracks, but I actually kind of like the fact that there's these big gaps in here because it kind of helps to reinforce the visual idea of spiraling out. So I think I'm going to leave it just like that. And now that we've got that further visual enforcement there, I'm actually going to move this down a little bit more. So we'll just kind of move it down to 2 inches at the bottom, and I think that overall is looking really cool. Alright, so here's our original poster that inspired this tool poster and the tool poster on the left side. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope I taught you something new in Illustrator today. If I did, please like and subscribe to support the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.